All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I make my custom shirt using HTV. I purchased this design off Etsy, and then I totally forgot I had a Cricut membership, and Cricut has all these similar options. So make sure if you have a Cricut membership, you go through the designs first on there before you purchase on Etsy. So anyways, I am going to do this design on my custom shirt. I sized it up. I think it was 10 inches width and about 11 in height, if I'm not mistaken. I'll show you guys there. It's just I can't see it right now because I'm doing a voiceover, but I'm gonna go ahead and click on continue, and I am going to move my image to the middle of the mat so that it can cut out the same way, and then it's easier for me to center it on my shirt. But you can also use a ruler to make sure like it's centered. So you want to go ahead and click on mirror option on, because you're doing HTV. If it was a regular vinyl, you don't have to click mirror on, but make sure you click on mirror on option on the Cricut app. So anyways, I'm going to turn my Cricut machine on so that it is connected, and once that's on, I am going to go ahead and show you guys the next steps from there. Okay, so it's on, and I'm just making sure that I have my machine set to iron on. It has a whole bunch of different options for whatever supplies you're using. So now that that's set, I'm going to go ahead and put my HTV on the mat off camera, so that is an easier process for me. And now that it's on, I'm going to go ahead and let the machine do its thing. So you want to make sure you put the HTV shiny side down, matte side up, okay? That's very important. And if you want, you can also use a squeegee to squeegee everything down. Make sure there's no air bubbles. Everything is set into place. So I'm going to go ahead and let the machine do its thing. And then I'm going to come back once it's done. And then the next step is just to weed out the excess amount of vinyl that you're not going to be using. So because I did a larger image, I'm just going to remove everything that you see here. And then I'm going to go in and remove the little parts. So the next step is to preheat your heat press. This supply said to put it for 265 degrees for 5 seconds. However, the 5 seconds did not do its thing, so I had to put it again. But anyways, you want to make sure you lint roll your shirt. After you lint roll your shirt, you're going to preheat it for a few seconds. This is from Michaels. I grabbed my shirts from Michaels. This is the Gildan brand. You can get the soft style. You can get the, I think it's called Canva Bella shirt as well. Those is good brands too. Now I have my design on my shirt. The design itself has its own carrier to protect it from the press, but I always like to use parchment paper, and I already, centered my shirt using my ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and just place the parchment paper over the design, and then I'm going to go ahead and let the press do its thing. Again, I did it for an additional 5 seconds because the 5 seconds was not it. The HTV was still attached to the carrier, and I had to put it back. So now I'm just going to peel off the carrier, and then it's coming off smooth like butter. The first time I did not do that. So now I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and apply the heat for 10 more seconds. So I'm applying my parchment paper over top. Gonna let it do its thing, and it is done. So I'm gonna show you guys the final look. It came out amazing, beautiful. I love it. The color of the shirt and everything is just chef's kiss. So if you would like to purchase any custom items, shirts, cups, etc., you can just send me a DM.